Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I'm out here on public land today doing a little bit of scouting for some early season food sources, and wanted to give you guys a little update on my private land for this season. As you may or may not know, Virginia's archery season opened up yesterday, October 2nd. I was lucky enough to get out here in public for a morning and an evening sit. They were pretty action-packed, so all that content from public land is going to be going under my playlist, Public Land Diaries. And I'll try to be updating it once a week at least to keep you guys updated on my adventure out here. As for my private land pieces, I've got 3 that I definitely will be hunting this year. The first is a 12-acre piece just on the other side of this county. And for all 3, it was a pretty busy off season. I was able to get food plots in and stay up to tune on the deer movement and just kind of piece together a plan for this season. This 12-acre piece just on the other side of this county has 2 pretty nice bucks showing up on it, one 8-pointer and a really nice 9 that showed up towards the end of the summer. Kind of lost track of them the past few weeks, but that's pretty typical for these properties, so I'm pretty excited to get out there once they start showing up again. As for the micro 4-acre property that I've been hunting for a long time now, it's always been known as my honey hole, and it's always produced some pretty big bucks out there, and this season is no different. This summer there were a few that showed up on camera, one huge 10-pointer and a really nice looking 11-pointer along with various others, and out there it's you never know what you're going to get, so pretty excited for that piece. And again, it's more of a rut piece, so I'm not going to be hunting out there until maybe mid-November. Really excited for that, really excited for the season as a whole. I hit permission pretty hard this past early spring, trying to get new pieces that I could hunt near my house. I was lucky enough to land a 200-acre piece just a few minutes from my house, and there are so many deer out there. I plan on hitting a couple does at least, and then get my cameras out and scouting hard for some bucks as the season progresses. Guys, I really appreciate all y'all tuning in. I'm super excited for this season coming up, and I'll be seeing you guys from the stand real soon. It's October 9th and Virginia's archery season has been open about 7 days now. This is my first sit on private land for the season, and as I mentioned in the intro, I'm going to be hunting primarily on 3 pieces of private, and this is by far the biggest piece. It's 198 acres, and it's by far the newest piece. I just got permission about 2 weeks ago, so pretty excited about this spot. It's part of a deer management program that my town is doing, so I was lucky enough to get accepted for it, and I'm really excited to see what kind of deer are out here. The goal is to get some does though, so I'm trying to fill the freezer as quickly as I can. There's no bag limit for our county here, so I can shoot as many as I want, and there are a bunch of deer out here. It's about 3:30 now, just got set up on this field edge with a bunch of persimmons just down the way from me, and there's plenty of tracks in this trail here. I got a couple of trails moving through the timber here just behind me, and like I said, I know there's deer out here, just a matter if they're going to be moving through here tonight. It's in the mid-60s, so it's a touch warm, but it's cooling down, and I got a perfect wind. Took my scent back into the timber, so super excited for this spot, super excited for the season. Appreciate y'all watching. Let's hope they're moving tonight. Meh.
Was that a fiasco or what? A little disappointed with that shot, but can't explain what just happened the past hour or so. About 5 o'clock, which it's about 6:15, 6:30 now. At about 5 o'clock, I caught a glimpse of a deer walking right up the trail right towards me. She ended up getting to about 100 yards and jumping back into the woods. And then about an hour passed, and I'm pretty sure it was this deer I ended up shooting, but I caught glimpses of a deer back and forth in this thick stuff out in front of me feeding. And eventually it disappeared, and I waited maybe another 5 or 10 minutes, and I glance over my left shoulder here, and coming right on the edge of the field, 2 does. One really nice one, the lead doe was a big one. And I was still, but she came straight from downwind and ended up catching a sniff of me, freaking out a little and jumping back maybe about another 30 yards, and she was gonna work behind me at about 35 yards, which I'm comfortable shooting with. And right as I'm about to pick a shooting lane and commit, I look back down, and right below me is this deer, maybe about 6 yards away, eating some fresh broken limbs, and waiting for her to turn broadside. She ended up catching a glimpse of me and turned tail and ran up the trail a little bit. She was stuck behind that thick stuff here for a minute, and there was a shooting lane that I was pretty sure she was going to walk through. Turns out she did. Yeah, it's about 18 yards, but I shot her for 20. I should have aimed a little lower, hit her high, but definitely did the trick. She's dead right there, and probably gonna start backing up here now. Let my dad know I got one, see if he did. It's gonna be a fun evening. I'm happy to get one early. It's October 9th, and I already got one down, so the season's looking good so far.
Alrighty, y'all, got her back to the car now. It was a heck of a drag, but glad I was able to recover as easily as I did. Like I said, it was a little bit of a high shot, but the point is we got her here now, and she's gonna eat great. Can't wait to get her in the freezer. We're gonna load her up in the truck now. It's just after dark, and got to get some ice on her. It's still about 60 degrees, so meat should be still good. She's definitely gonna be good. This isn't gonna be my last sighting out here. I'm gonna definitely sit out here a little more throughout the season, take a few more does off this property, and maybe a buck later in the season. But guys, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Really happy how this hunt turned out, and I'll see you from the stand next time.